indeed a disturbing universe.
Don't worry, I threw it in the trash.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And this is my first day with new glasses, so my eyes are going a little crazy. But this week I wanted to talk about a couple of my favorite genres of music, and those would be shoegaze and post-rock. And in case you missed the meeting, shoegaze is a subgenre of indie and alternative rock characterized by its ethereal mixture of obscured vocals, guitar distortion and effects, distortion and effects, feedback, and volume. Yeah, I'm reading this off a thing, but it's better than me going right? And they were staring down at all the pedals they were running their guitars through. So that's kind of where the term shoegaze came from. The album that really defines the genre for most people is Loveless by My Bloody Valentine, 1989. And in the first half of this video, I'm going to talk about some lesser known shoegaze artists. Another genre of music that I'm going to talk about that emerged in the 90s, post-rock, which is experimental rock characterized by a focus on exploring textures and timbre over traditional rock song structures. Post-rock artists are often instrumental, combining rock instrumentation with electronics and emphasis on atmosphere, instrumental passages, kind of a post-punk vibe, progressive song structure, so the songs are a little more complex than you expect, maybe deceptively simple. A lot of people consider this album, Hex by Bark Psychosis, to be one of the originators of the genre. For me, the album that really says post-rock to me is this Millions Now Living Will Never Die by Tortoise out of Chicago from 1996, something like that. So just so we're clear, this is not going to be a definitive guide to either of these genres. This is just a few records I pulled out to talk about, to make a video, because these are records that I like, that I don't see talked about all that often. And just so if you see them and you like this kind of stuff, you can grab them. This one I have seen people show in the VC. I've seen people show this on vinyl, and I have never seen this on vinyl in my explorations, but I've had this CD since it came out. This band is called Blind Mr. Jones, and the album's called Stereo Musicale from 1992. And this is a shoegaze band with a flute, and the songs are really good, and the flute blends very well with these slightly distorted guitars, and it's a solid listen. This band is called Grimble Grumble, which is a reference to a Syd Barrett song. This is their first record, which I don't know if it exists on vinyl, but this would be a nice one to have on vinyl. I saw them play in 1998 at one of the Terrace Stock music festivals, and I picked up this CD. Later on, I found another album by Grimble Grumble. This album is called September Sun,
And it's a nice, chill, laid-back shoegaze record with some male and female vocals. They do a really relaxed cover of Rainy Day Sunshine Girl by Faust on this record. Okay, this band I really like, and this is a record I've never seen anybody show on these videos. They are called Chatham Rise, and they are Tim Collins, Sam Grudel, and Ben, with Jeff Levitz on sitar, recorded in Minneapolis. So yeah, Chatham Rise, named after the water thing near New Zealand, but they're from Minneapolis. And this is really nice record, just laid back, shoegazy, distorted textures of guitars that you can just let wash over you. Just real good mellow songs. I definitely recommend this. This band is called the Sunshine Factory. They're from Alabama. They put out this record in 2010. And this has definitely got a very similar to My Bloody Valentine, like just heavy, distorted guitars and just a very dense layering, very tight rock songs with the way they compose their tunes. Look them up on Bandcamp. I think you can still get this digitally. But this is a pretty cool record, just for an American indie record to have this dense heaviness and distortion is pretty cool. And male and female members in this band. All right, and two more records. These I kind of consider roots of shoegaze because they're on the Creation label, which was where Jesus and Mary Chain got their start, and where the major My Bloody Valentine records were released along with some other bands. So this is Biff Bang Pow, named after the song by the Creation, and the album is called Pass the Paintbrush Honey. You might have heard There Must Be a Better Life on the Children of Nuggets compilation. The last song, A Day Out with Jeremy Chester, just gets really crazy with the layers of distorted guitar and kind of crazy mixing. And it's from 1985, so it's kind of ahead of its time. Another one on Creation label. This band was called The Revolving Paint Dream. And Mother Watch Me Burn is the name of the album. There's instrumental songs that just have crazy, crazy distortion. How many times am I going to say distortion in this video? But there's also some nice kind of poppy songs with female vocals. Kind of a little bit of everything. But another early Creation Records jam. So yeah, that's my shoegaze obscurities. I'll have some post-rock obscurities coming up after the break.
Look to this day with confidence, for this day is life, the very life of life. In its brief course, lie all the varieties and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is already a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived with confidence, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, with confidence to this day. Such is the salutation of the dawn. Confidence, the quality that brings success and happiness, where indecision and doubt existed before. The power of self-confidence is that which distinguishes the master from the servant. Every successful individual possesses a natural attitude of self-confidence. Impress upon your mind, by means of positive suggestion, that you are by nature self-confident. You and you alone possess the mighty power to achieve anything and everything you desire. The great creator of the universe has bestowed in you the power to live a victorious life and to be the master of your own destiny.
Okay, well, let's get into some post-rock now. This band's called June of 44. They're kind of considered one of the main groups in the post-rock genre out of Chicago, with Doug Sharon playing drums and Moog. And he was in a bunch of different bands around this time. And this is 1998. It was a really good year for this kind of stuff. But yeah, some songs have vocals, some are long instrumentals, some interesting stuff with time signatures and textures. This is a good album. Another kind of hub for post-rock is the Constellation label out of Canada. The most well-known band on that label is Godspeed You Black Emperor. But this is another band on that label called Fly Pan Am. And this is the CD version of their first record. They get into some really long, repetitive, hypnotic tunes on this. And, okay, so this one came out on a label in Burlington, Vermont. Looks just in time for the holiday season. I don't really know anything about this band, but this CD kind of fell in my lap, and I really dig it. Band is called Carrigan, and they've got some nice guitar tones, and they've got some nice semi-complex song structures that, you know, especially the first song, Forensics, is definitely an earworm. And yeah, this is worth grabbing if you see it, and it's pretty obscure. This band, I think, is a little more well known. Cave. They do these kind of 10-minute long kind of math rock time signature percussive songs. Cave, they've got a little bit of that kind of krautrock pulse to them. And this band, Tone, they're out of DC, and they have like 4 guitarists and a drummer, and I don't know, they're kind of somewhere between Explosions in the Sky and Glenn Branca, the way they put their songs together. They kind of, they're kind of atmospheric, but it also kind of builds up into these epic layers of guitars. And they made a few albums. This is their final album from 2016. It's on the Discord label. This is a really nice post-rock record with the melodic, clean guitars that you're used to from this kind of music. Doing these nice, pretty songs. Nice, pretty purple vinyl too. There's a second record that 6 Part 7 did that has a bunch of guests on it that I think more people, if anybody knows about this band, more people know that record than this one, their first album. But yeah, this Thing's Shaped in Passing by 6 Part 7 is definitely recommended. And this, I don't know what to make of this. This is pretty cool, but it's also pretty mysterious. The band is called Kool-Aid Global Tyranny, and they included a vinyl and CD versions of the album that are 2 different mixes of the record. Yeah, I mean, I'd talk more about it, but it's just a mind-boggling mystery. It really is. But do listen to Kool-Aid Global Tyranny if you get a chance. I'm really just doing terrible, I'm doing minimal atmospheric textures of descriptions more than descriptions. And you know what? I'm going to just stop here and we'll see what else happens in this video.
Why am I so lackadaisical today? Is it too much weed or not enough weed? Well, only one way to find out, right? That's better. Well, I hope that I enlightened you a little bit about some of this music with my video. I mean, I kind of feel like I kind of froze a little bit talking about some of these records, because some of them, though, that's kind of the point. A lot of this music just evokes a vibe and atmosphere in my mind, a trippy place that the record takes me to that I can't really describe in words sometimes, but I exposed you to some cool titles, and what do you think, Mr. Gopher?
It's always 20/20 hindsight when you forget something. You forget something that you should have talked about. Like last week, you didn't mention that song "The Turkey" by Paul Revere and the Raiders when you were talking about Thanksgiving. That was a major oversight. And I could think of a few shoegaze and post-rock bands that you could have mentioned that you didn't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I am still in the process of reorganizing all my albums. So I didn't really dig too far in depth. I just wanted to talk about a few. Just talk about a few that I was listening to that, because that's what we all do in these videos anyway.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. Now, you never know until you get it out there who's watching it or what.
True that. True that. Well, I just noticed I've got about 250 subscribers now, which, is 50 more than 200. The last time I had a celebration was when I hit 200 subscribers. So maybe when I get 300 subscribers, I'll have some kind of party up in here. and do something a little more exciting. But, you know, the thing I always say, thank you for watching, you know. And if you like this video, go watch some of my other videos, because, you know, there's probably some videos I did in the past that are better than this one. I mean, did you watch the one where I broke the guitar and glued it back together a couple years ago? That was a good video. Did you watch the video where I was going through like all these different years in music? Maybe not. I don't know. Did you watch my April Fool's video earlier this year? Yeah, I mean, spoiler that it's a joke, right?
Did you watch my special episode 2 weeks ago?
Oh, nobody watched that.